Hi Virgo, welcome to your tarot reading for the week of February 22nd to the 28th. I just kind of started staring out into space. This is Reina, and so this general tarot reading will lead up until the last day of the month, right before a full moon in your sign on March 1st. So that should be an interesting time as well. And I'm just shuffling the cards. I'm using the traditional Rider-Waite deck. I've been enjoying this. I haven't been using this very regularly since I usually use my Morgan Greer deck, but it's nice to reconnect with it. And the illustrations are by Pamela Coleman. If you buy a, if you buy like a one of these decks of the traditional Rider-Waite deck, they will include a little booklet, and they have a little thing about Pamela Coleman Smith, I think her last name was, and it was really touching actually about I think she died in obscurity and didn't realize the impact that she had made. So I give her major props for creating such indelible images that have always, have lasted for many years. Sorry about this. It's really about how I position things, I guess. Okay. And I will be also picking an energy oracle card by Sandra and Taylor. And I found that it's been really working well as a kind of a clarification card in a way. Because sometimes the final card doesn't necessarily wrap things up very neatly. The overall theme of this period of time at the end of February for Virgo is the Two of Cups. And this is a card of forgiveness, of reuniting with somebody romantically, or it could be even professionally, I suppose. Maybe going back to an old employment, but this is a two, so usually it would have to be a partnership, I would think, but maybe not. But kind of revisiting an old relationship, and it could be also committing to someone. So actually, to tell you the truth, it could be something along those lines, because we have the Ten of Cups, which can be a marriage card, so it might be getting engaged. This is something that I found very interesting or unusual, is that I've done 3 readings before yours, and all of them have similar themes like this, where I'm getting cards like the Four of Wands, the Ten of Cups in this reading, the Sun card, all these romantic cards, the Lovers card. And it's almost like, this is supposed to be just for a week. And, obviously this is a general reading, and we can't really, it's kind of absurd to look at it in those terms, because do things really happen, so many major events in one week? But we're talking about themes, not necessarily everything happening within 7 days or anything. And just the fact that I keep drawing such cards, I even drew the Temperance card before, makes me wonder if this is the influence of Pisces. As the sun and different planets go into Pisces, there's kind of this magical vibe happening, which I also think of as idealistic and romantic. So maybe that is kind of coming over people and they are really realizing the important things in life. In the past position, we have the Temperance card. This is associated with Sagittarius, so if this is somebody that this is an ex and you get back together with them, that could certainly be the case. I was just thinking something, because being a Sagittarian and also having a moon in Virgo, I was just going to make a joke that if a Virgo person got irritated by a Sagittarian because they were throwing their socks on the floor, maybe you're going to just overlook it now. I don't know. But this can also be a card, too, of someone who has gotten sober, and that allows you to go back. Maybe you broke up with somebody because of an addiction, and now they have beat it, and you can, that was kind of a prerequisite for getting married. You might have discovered that they had a problem after you had fallen in love with them, and then you said, no, I'm not going to get married to you until you beat this addiction, and now the wedding is on. This is a card, happily ever after, and so this is associated with marriage, family, joy, and just general well-being. It's interesting that this is a 10 of Cups. I got in a prior reading the 9 of Cups. And I often think that these cards are rather similar in some ways. But the 10 does connect with family. And to me, there's almost like this, with 10s, there's this finality or wrapping things up that's associated with the number 10. So with, for instance, a marriage situation, if you were maybe trying to find that partner that you could commit to, and something came between the two of you, and it might even be like something in terms of a job that took them overseas, or maybe they were in the military or something like that, and now you have gotten back together with them and you can do it. By the way, the Temperance card can also relate to being more moderate in things. So in other words, if perhaps you or the other person was too demanding about getting married, or just something that turned the other person off, and they kind of like toned it down, and that allowed for the relationship to resume. That could have been it as well. Or maybe this relationship, you've played it really cool and you've played it right. And, with the Temperance card, you have this, I guess it's like this angel, half in the water and half on land. So you are the land, you're the earth sign, and maybe they're a water sign like Pisces or something, but the point being that maybe in this relationship you were practical about it, as well as looking at the spiritual side of things and making sure that you had that connection with that person, and that is what led to it working out. So in other words, sometimes people get into these patterns where they get involved sexually too early in the relationship and don't realize that, why the relationship never really progresses, or they are too materialistic about it and they're not into the spiritual qualities of the other person. It's almost like using the other person for their financial security, or things like that. And maybe in this particular relationship you made sure to cover all the bases. The challenge of this is the Page of Wands. Now this can be a message that is very it's not really heartfelt as much as like passionate message, good news. I would say, because we are having a Mercury retrograde in March, because that, Mercury is the messenger. So when I see these pages turned over, what do you call it? Reverse cards, and it's close to a Mercury retrograde, I think that there's some possibility that the Mercury retrograde will delay your plans. If you plan to have an engagement party, or you plan, who knows, maybe you are planning a wedding, and you're trying to find the right time, and maybe it's going to be delayed for some reason because of certain aspects needing to be ironed out. And during the Mercury retrograde, which lasts until mid-April, you might find that things slow down. But, this is not, the Page of Wands is a really positive card. So it sounds to me like whether they're talking about a message or just the relationship itself being able to take off in the new direction that it's going as a couple or a committed couple, it just may need, the timing may need to be better. Maybe one or both of you are, separated by careers, or, your jobs are in different places and you need to get back together. The advice is the King of Pentacles, and this is the ultimate expression of the material world. So it would be about, I would say, about making sure that you have your ducks in order, your money, saving as much money as you can, having that money there, because there may be some type of reason why this is, like, I was thinking with the delay, if you're with somebody who is in the military, or they have to travel for their job, and you're trying to get married, but if you do get married, you're going to have to quit your job to move to where they are, or they're going to have to quit their job. You're going to need money to do that, and so it might be just saying continue working and, preparing for this situation. And the outcome is a card of rest. This is another card that I've been getting more than once. This is like it's funny, you're the Hermit in the Major Arcana, and to me, this is like the companion piece in the Minor Arcana. This is a card of meditation, of physical rest. So you may be, for some reason, needing physical rejuvenation, but that could also be because you're about to work a lot. With the King of Pentacles, you could be like making a lot of money, but you could be working a lot, and you have to kind of get yourself strong enough so that you're able to do that. So it looks very good, though. You have a lot of wonderful cards, and I'm going to pick an additional card from the Oracle deck, and I love the back of these cards. They're so neat. And we'll see what the additional message is. It's funny, this is, I was worried that this was turning too much into a love reading, but it just keeps going. It reminds me of Valentine's Day all over again. And I've been seeing the number 4 in repetition lately, so that's pretty cool. I'm writing it, actually. A woman holding a heart. 44. Let's see what it says. Female dealing with family, love, or emotions. The woman on this card wears a butterfly in her hair and holds a lovely large heart in her hands. For a woman, this card upright could be a reflection of your own state of peaceful emotion and receptivity for love, or it might be a message that your family issues are going to resolve. You're an intuitive woman who understands the emotions of life, and you're bringing that awareness to all that you do. This card upright could also indicate the presence of a female friend, teacher, or confidant who's here to help with issues of love, family, or emotion. This is an even-tempered and caring person who resonates with you and your emotions. this could also portend a new love interest or friend coming your way. The other thing that I want to say about the Ten of Cups, next to that Two of Cups, is that this could be a situation where a father and mother, the man and wife, get back together, and the family, is restored, and the children are happy about it. So, going with that reconciliation angle. So that is a possibility too. And one thing I've been enjoying with these oracle cards is they've kind of given me ideas about the tarot spread part. So that's been really nice. Okay, well, Virgo, I hope that you enjoyed this. And if you'd like a private reading, check me out below this video. There's information, a link to my website, rainaMoonAstrology.com. I hope that you have a very enjoyable end of the month. Take care. Bye.